Well, it's really lovely to be speaking today to Lady Helen Hamlyn, whose trust funds our Helen Hamlyn Centre for Pedagogy. And we're going to cover three topics today, so I'm going to get stuck in straight away. So the Helen Hamlyn Trust supports a range of carefully selected projects. What are the things that you're looking to change?
Dom, I think, to be honest, we would all like to change the world for the better in any way we possibly can. And I like to think that my trust has, over the last, 30-something years, has been able to make really some quite important changes in a few fields. You know that my husband gave me my foundation for my 50th birthday with a particular mandate at that time to try and look at design for older people, because the demography of the population of all developed countries was changing, even back, whatever it was, 35 years ago. And of course, now is a major topic for world consideration. We're going to have a lot more older people and many, many fewer younger ones. So we've started on that. Also, in the medical world, there were such extraordinary advances, and we wanted to be part of the cutting edge, as my husband always was in his publishing work, to help the development of robotic surgery under Professor Lord Aradazi, and that has been a huge success. We wanted to work with children because I think the older you get, the more you realize that the younger generation needs help and to be better educated, to help to make this better world that we all would like to have. That's just a glimpse of what we do. If we have more time, I could talk to you about it for hours.
It's an absolute pleasure to be involved in one of those strands. Let's move to another question, more about education, really. What phase of education do you think is the most important, and why do you think that?
Well, if I may just briefly say that when I became a student at the Royal College of Art at the age of 17 in 1951, I worked with the youth club leaders, and this was the heyday of the Teddy Boy in the East End of London. And one realized then that these kids weren't bad kids, they just had no education and probably not much help at home. I mean, we could go into all the reasons, but we won't now. And so at the back of my mind throughout the many years since then until now, it seems more and more important that you start educating children or opening their eyes to, curiosity, to, the whole world that is in front of them. As soon as you can. So I'm very, very excited that we have this wonderful centre under your leadership and Alice Bradley. And I know how much you care and how much you're doing to help this to happen. It's no good trying to put things right when children are 14, 15. The damage is already done. If you start working with children and show them life is exciting, possibilities are there for them, they go through primary school, and hopefully when they leave, they have a new idea that I can do this. Yes, me, I can do this. And not like so many of them who go out of primary school saying, I can't, education's not for me. So obviously it's hugely important to me, and I think most educated now who are looking ahead, that in order to improve this world, we have to help children to get a better education with a more responsible view towards their fellow human beings.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And finally, and perhaps briefly for today, tell us about one other of your projects where children and young people are involved.
Oh dear, it's difficult to pick one, but I think we both love music, and music is an international language. You can't argue about music. You either like it or you don't. And so we run a really interesting educational, sociological program with different ethnic groups of primary age children in a lovely city in Portugal called Setúbal. And this has been running for 10 years. And we bring all these different children together to play together, to make music together, to learn instruments together. And during this 10 years, it's been an enormous success. We now have our own orchestra, we have our own choir, we perform internationally and have won several awards. So you can bring children together through music as well as many other ways.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And that's certainly an area that, as you quite rightly say, I'm really interested in myself.
I know you are.
It's an extraordinary other language, music, isn't it? And
exactly.
I think most people, they either most love to listen to music, or at least from time to time it affects them. Many, of course, play, and I know that you're also involved in at a different level with those who compose as well. So anyway, for today, it has to be necessarily brief, but it's been lovely to talk to you, and we look forward to many more years working with you.
Well, thank you, Dom, and may I wish you great success with your very innovative symposium conference tomorrow. It seems as though you have a lot of people who are going to join you, and I look forward to hearing more about it afterwards. Thank you.